Howdy, this is Clouds. Today I'm going to be talking about the reveal of the new Battlefield game, Battlefield 1. I'm going to be talking about some of the details and giving my overall impressions of it. And first things first, I want to give credit to a user on Reddit named IK Jadoon. This guy made a great post where he collected a ton of Battlefield 1 information and put it together in a very easy to read format. And some of the information that I'm going to be talking about today is from that post. So I'm going to leave a link to that in the description and just say thanks, because it's very helpful. Alright, so first thing that I notice, this trailer is not actually gameplay, it's instead in-engine footage. Now, some reporters saw some behind-the-scenes actual gameplay footage, and apparently the actual gameplay looks pretty much like this trailer, but I mean, Battlefield always looks good. You look at Battlefield 4, Star Wars Battlefront, the actual games look amazing, so I assume this game is going to look fairly good, but just want to point out that this is not gameplay, so Also, this game will have a single player. Some people were speculating maybe like Battlefront, it would only be multiplayer, but it does have a single player, and I gotta say, just reflect on the fact that we live in a world where Call of Duty has space battles, but Battlefront doesn't. And we live in a world where Battlefield has single player, but Battlefront doesn't. Putting that aside though, I know some people did not like the Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline single players. Me personally, I didn't hate them, I always thought they were just kind of decent. I'm not entirely opposed to the idea of a single player campaign. And I gotta say, having the World War I setting, it's probably gonna make for a very good single player campaign. So I have a good feeling about this, and in addition to that, DICE has said that the campaign will be sort of less linear and feature more open battles, and it will have sort of a more open sandbox feeling, similar to multiplayer. In addition to that, the single player will focus around multiple characters, and the one confirmed playable single player character is the Arabic woman. They say she is, I'm not sure how to pronounce this because I'm not Arabic, but she is of Bedouin descent, or Bedouin descent, and I looked it up. Apparently these Arabic people were involved in the Arab revolt against the Ottoman Turks. And you'll also notice that the key art and the cover features a soldier who is one of the Hellfighters. They don't explicitly say that the Hellfighters are in the single player campaign, but you gotta figure, if one of them is on the cover, the Hellfighters probably play some part in the single player. And the Hellfighters they wore an all-black infantry regiment who fought alongside the French in the latter parts of the war. Okay, the type of vehicles that you will be able to use are armor trucks, light tanks, heavy tanks, different types of biplanes, including bombers, and then scout biplanes, which sort of specialize in air-to-air combat. There will also be battleships, zeppelins, what looks like a train, some type of war train, and also horses. Now, some people jokingly said, oh, maybe you can put explosives on the horse, and instead of a vehicle-borne ID, it could be like a horse-borne ID. I don't think they're gonna do that, but what I gotta say is, if we can't roadkill enemies by trampling them with the horses, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Oh, and one other thing to note about vehicles, there will be a tanker class and a pilot class. These are classes which you get when you spawn into the vehicle, which you would imagine maybe would make it so players don't spawn into a airplane, fly off, hop out, and then snipe, because if you've got a pilot kit, you're not really set up to attack infantry. So I think that's a good change. They've also talked about, apparently you can control the battleships, and they have the power to entirely destroy a shoreline, which sounds cool. We'll have to see how that plays out though. And looking into the multiplayer, they will have 4 classes: medic, assault, support, and scout. So no longer have an engineer class, I guess because in the time period, you didn't have people with like javelins and RPGs and everything. But they did split up the medic and assault kit into 2 classes, which I think will be an interesting change, because in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, the assault class had arguably the best weapons and the most useful gadgets. So splitting those 2 up, I think, is a good change. As far as weapons go, it's not just bolt actions. DICE have said that, in that time period, they had automatic rifles, semi-automatic rifles, machine pistols. It's not clear which classes will have which guns, although I imagine the scout will probably have sniper rifles. They've also said that melee will play a larger role in the game, including hand-to-hand combat, and there's also a bayonet charge, which I hope is not like the commando lunge, because if it's like that where you can just hit a button and then lunge into someone and one-hit them, I hope it's not a one-hit kill. Please, DICE, please. Alright, so looking at the editions you have available to purchase, there are 3 editions. You got the Standard, the Early Enlister Deluxe, and the Collectors. The Standard, of course, is the standard game, hence the name, but pre-ordering this gets you the Hellfighter pack and early access to a free map, which will be released later in 2016. So it sounds like we're going to get some free maps, similar to what we had at the end of Battlefield 4 and in Battlefront. I gotta say, I know some people get like angry when they hear about DLC being developed before the release date. I don't agree with that, but what I will say, developing one map that you're going to release like maybe, I don't know, a month or 2 after release, to me it kind of feels like they're taking that out of the game so they can just say, oh look, there's a free map. You were going to get this anyway, but now it's free. Ooh, look at this. So, I don't know. My initial feelings are, I'm not that, excited about that. The Deluxe Edition also gets you the Hellfighter pack, but it also gets you the Red Baron pack and the Lawrence of Arabia pack. Now these packs, just to break it down real quickly, the Red Baron pack, it gets you the Red Baron triplane, the Red Baron P08, which is a Luger pistol, the Red Baron flyer pin, and that's it. The Lawrence of Arabia pack gets you the Black Stallion, which they explicitly say is only a cosmetic difference. You also get the Lawrence of Arabia SMLE, which is the Lee Enfield bolt-action rifle. You also get the Jambia, which is some type of knife, and then an emblem. And the Hellfighter pack, you get the Hellfighter M1911, the Hellfighter Trench Shotgun, the Hellfighter Insignia, and the Hellfighter Bolo Knife. Now when you look at these, like for instance, we've got some pictures of what the Hellfighter pack includes, and to me it looks like these are only sort of cosmetic variants. So like I can't imagine they're going to put all these guns and only let people who have the Deluxe Edition get them, because when you look at like the Hellfighter M1911, it's just the M1911, but it has like Hellfighters etched into it. I would also assume that, people have speculated what kind of customization can we have, because back in this time period, you couldn't have like swagged out orange and black camo and like blue tiger stripe camo. So I'm thinking the customization, you'll be able to like etch insignias and, stuff onto your gun. In addition to that, the deluxe edition gets you 5 battle packs. So battle packs are back. It doesn't say what they have. I guess it's just random battle packs. But depending on which site you read this on, it says the battle packs will be stuffed with vehicles and weapons. Again, I'm not sure if that's just like, cosmetic variants. Like, oh, you've unlocked the French... I don't know what guns the French used in World War One. You get what I'm saying. Like, you can just unlock different styles for guns, or maybe you actually unlock weapons and vehicles in battle packs. I'm not sure. In addition to that, it comes with more. It also includes 3 cosmetic variants for the largest vehicles in the game, and that includes the frontline camouflage for the train, the night raid airship, I'm gonna assume that's a Zeppelin, and then also the Dazzle Camo Dreadnought, which is a type of battleship. According to that, I'm going to assume the multiplayer will let you control trains, Zeppelins, and we already know you can control the battleships, but that sounds pretty cool. Oh, and the deluxe edition also gets you 3 days early access, and for all that, it costs $20 extra. So, I don't know, me personally, I'm not like super excited about the, like, oh man, instead of a regular plane, I can get the Red Baron triplane. Ooh. Essentially, if I were to purchase that, I'm gonna be paying $20 to play 3 days early, which I gotta be brutally honest. If I'm gonna play this game, I'm probably going to do that, because getting early access for a YouTube channel or perhaps a streamer, if you're like on Twitch, that's a big deal if you want to like help grow your channel. So for us small YouTube channels, they really got us by the balls, I'll tell you that. Oh, and finally, on to the collector's edition. This costs $220, but check out what you get. You get a fancy premium box. Okay. You also get a statue of a Harlem Hellfighter. Looks pretty cool. You also get a steelbook case, a cloth poster, a deck of playing cards. You get a patch, and this isn't just like one of the patches or pins or insignias in game. This is a real life patch that you could, like, I assume, ask your grandma to sew onto your clothing. So, I don't know, that's fairly cool. You also get a pigeon tube with a DLC code. Now, this DLC, it doesn't say what it is, but it says that it is exclusive for 1 year after release. You gotta imagine, it can't be like that cool, because if it's like, I don't know, because not many people are gonna buy this collector's edition, so if it's like a map, no one's gonna be playing it. So I don't know, I imagine it's some cosmetic thing, or maybe a weapon. And also the collector's edition, it also includes all the deluxe features, so 3 days early access, all the packs and such. Me personally, I don't think it's worth. Well, me personally, I've never bought a collector's edition video game in my life, so yeah, I don't know. But if you're into that, it looks fairly decent. Something else to note: PC players and Xbox One players who have Origin access and EA access, they will be able to play the game early. It doesn't give us an exact date, but to give you an example, for Battlefield Hardline, EA Access members were given a 10-hour trial like a week before release. So I would assume that for this game, it's probably going to be similar to that. About a week or so before release, EA Access and Origin Access members will be able to play for 10 hours or something like that. Oh, and one other little interesting tidbit. As far as pre-order bonuses go, the PS4 pre-order bonus, if you pre-order it digitally on the PlayStation network store, you get a free theme, which I think is kind of weak sauce. If you pre-order digitally on the Xbox One, you get 1 month of EA access. So that, that sounds like a decent addition to get. One last thing to note. There's something called the Battlefield Insider, and basically, if you subscribe to the EA email newsletter, you get early access to the beta, so I would recommend doing that. So overall, my impressions, it looks cool. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a AAA title set in World War I, like, to this degree, so you've kind of got some unexplored territory, and it looks like it's going to be a cool game. So I'm optimistic, but I'm sort of like cautiously optimistic. I know Battlefront had a good release, but I still cannot forget the Battlefield 4 release. I know, obviously, that was sort of like a perfect storm, They had to develop for 5 platforms: PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC. So, and it was the first time they were working with what was then the next-gen consoles, so I can see why it was a tough release. And judging from Battlefront's release, I assume they've, got their stuff together, but how does the phrase go? Once bitten, twice shy, I believe. So I'm just, and to be fair, I gotta say this again. We haven't seen actual gameplay. I assume, obviously they're gonna show gameplay. Probably, I would assume, around EA Play a month from now. But I'm not going to tell you what... I know some people say never pre-order under any circumstance. I don't entirely agree with that. I think if you've played like a demo or a beta and you've seen a lot of actual gameplay, you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to pre-order. But I would say definitely don't pre-order yet. We've seen no gameplay. Wait for the beta or something, and then you can pre-order. I'm excited, I gotta say. Battlefield 1, confusing name. Well, not really. It's not like, I know the first Battlefield game was Battlefield 1942, and people don't really call that Battlefield 1. They might call it the first Battlefield, but it's not exactly like sort of the Xbox One dilemma. And I get it. It's World War I. So the game is called Battlefield 1, I see what they're doing. I see where they were going with that. But yeah. I hope this game will be good, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.